It's about to get wild, it's about to go down, it's about to something all around. Do. Yeah, I hate recording videos where I specifically have a bit set up that I was gonna do in the intro of a video, but I just randomly start saying stupid shit instead, and then I lose it. I was gonna open this video up with singing Fear, because because I talked about before, I mentioned a couple times, it feels very appropriate for this show, and a very specifically Sayaka, I think. I would say that, and so I was gonna do that as a bit. And instead I did whatever the fuck that was. Anyway, hey, hi-ho, and howdy everyone, my name is Shannon Elshook. That's a Shannon lady's name, woo! And then, well, no, it's the lady's name, and then L, not like the Superman, no, like the Batman, no, Bruce Lane. Holy shit, that actually works. My middle name's Lane. Oh my god, and it's spelt with a Y too. It's literally Bruce Lane. Anyway, and that's my last name. Anyway, point is, we're here once again for some more goddamn Madoka. I'm highly concerned, immensely terrified, spooked to fuck and back. Because everyone obviously has been super talkative and you know, sharing in their thoughts and stuff. And this is the episode I've heard from almost everyone that it is their favorite of the show. So that is something to look forward to and be concerned about, because people like things because there's a lot going on. And that's scary. Spooky, scary skeletons. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, no, I have heard from a lot of people that it is their favorite, and that's super cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Y'all seem to, generally speaking, know what's up, so I trust y'all. We'll have to wait and see. Can't wait to prove you all wrong. No. Anyway, I've been trying to watch this for like 3 days now. But when I'm recording like 3 or 4 episodes of fucking Bloom Into You the first day of the week. It was 5. I've recorded 5 episodes of Bloom. We recorded 5 episodes of Bloom. You can count, you just got done recording episode 5 of Steins Gate. So we've recorded 4 episodes of Steins Gate. So we've done 9 other videos this week. And then hopping on, that's 10. That's how counting works. Anyway, point is, that's what this episode is. Holy shit. I did it on purpose. I didn't. But if anyone asks, I did. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this. Again, everyone's been talking about it a whole lot. There's also another thing I did want to point out, because not everyone, but like, I think Ain had said it to me in the Discord first, but he basically like casually dropped, oh hey, by the way, you should read the lyrics to the OP when you're done with episode 10. You should totally do that. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm curious if anyone else has that. And then like 5 other people said I should do that. There's only like one person who said the outro, like the Magi or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, like a significant number of people had pointed out that I should read the lyrics in the OP, and I asked like, hey, specifically, should I do that before or after? What is your opinion? He said after. I'm gonna go with after. Probably wouldn't. I'd say it's a safer play to do it after anyway. Yeah, so that is the plan. After this episode is over, either I'm gonna be too emotionally fucked up to say words, and if so, I'll probably end the video early and maybe do another video where I talk about it. Hopefully, I'll either have time to record tomorrow, or I'll have given myself a little bit of time to recover here today, because this is the last time I'll be able to record for like a week, like 2 weeks. But yeah, so I just want to point out that people did mention that, so that is something that I'm gonna plan to do. As far as I know, just basically the OP itself, not like the actual full-on song, or at least at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna end up doing that. If I'm cognizant at the end of this, I will do that, and we'll take a closer look. I won't really be looking into it too deep before we get started, though, or the first time around. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that stuff because that was things that people had mentioned in the comments quite a lot. Is there anything else that happened in the comments? Oh yeah. Again, it's a Shefa? Is that how you pronounce that again? A Shefa? Something like that? It's how you actually pronounce that fucking name I said earlier, the other episode. But my man obviously was talking really a lot in the comments, and one thing that he did is I noticed he changed his profile pic to a picture of Sakura, to a picture of Kyoko, to which it and he even went on like, hey, I changed this around, I figured you might appreciate it. And I was like, yeah. So funny story, that's actually literally the picture. That's literally the picture that's in the one random as fuck music video that has nothing to do with Madoka Magica at all, which comment section I ended up in, which ended up spoiling that Kyoko had died. So it's funny how life works, huh? It's a big sick joke in a game. Anyway, point is, I'm still really bummed about that. So I suppose this is the part where we talk about what happened last episode. Yeah, last one was a real fucking bummer. Because we got the kind of definite goodbye of Sayaka. As well, it technically did happen at the end of episode 8. Kind of the setting it in stone was last time. Which sucks, because again, Sayaka's at least was arguably my favorite. Honestly, at this point, it's hard to put any of them really over each other. Which is to say, okay, y'all were right. Fucking Kyoko's great. I really love her, man. She's fucking great, and yeah, it really sucks the way it all turned out. Again, like I mentioned quite a few times before, I am at least just happy that she was able to kind of get herself back at the end there through Sayaka and, you know, through the rest of the gang. Even if, as it was also pointed out, Sayaka never said really like a nice word to Kyoko once. It's such a sad, depressing thing how that relationship went out. How Sayaka went out kind of so, and I don't blame her because her situation was so fucked. And Kyoko put on a hardcore douchebag fucking air when she showed up. Let's be real. Again, I don't regret calling her kind of a dick when she showed up, because she was kind of a total dick. But that was because she kind of had lost herself. Not quite as hard, I guess, as Sayaka would eventually go to lose herself, but yeah, I don't know. I definitely see why she is a lot of people's favorite, and it's hard for me to disagree again myself, but it's again at this point it's hard to put any one of them really over each other. There's still 3 episodes left, and I know people fucking adore Homura, and I already like Homura, so who knows? It's very, very possible she can sneak in there again. Mommy was some bullshit, because I got 3 episodes. That was not fair at all. Who made this show as dicks? Anyway. Point is, we did lose both Kyoko and Sayaka kind of in full last time, and it really, really hurt. Again, because Sayaka's was such a bitter, unfair, depressing goodbye. And while obviously Kyoko's hurt a lot and it felt unpleasant, it felt the most right. Obviously not that she was gone, but it felt the most like kind of what it should mean to be a magical girl, what it means to be a hero. She didn't get consumed by the darkest parts of her and of the world that fucked her over. she didn't get her fucking head bitten off while she was having the time of her life and was unprepared. She did the fucking thing. She took a fucking stand, and she stood up, and she sacrificed herself to do the right thing. And yeah, it hurts that she's gone, but it made me very happy that she got to have that. And well, I think Sayaka also really deserved that as well. The whole point was that she didn't get it. And whether Sayaka necessarily fully intended to or not, she helped pull fucking Kyoko out of her hole and into being that better person, the person that Sayaka wants to be, the person that Kyoko wanted to be when she was younger. And I can really respect that. I can really, really appreciate it. Again, it was a fucking bummer of an episode, but it was really, really kind of beautiful and well done. Also, the fucking ending bit with the ending bit with Kyubey being a douchebag. I'm still, let's be real, we all fucking hate this little monster, but that's not the point. And it's not the ending I was talking about. I was going to talk about like the ED part with the image of them. And I put it in my video, which is dangerous. I keep getting a little too dangerous. I did the same shit with Your Lie in April's finale. I put fucking God damn it. I put Baby Girl singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in there, which is a dangerous idea because anime don't fuck around with that shit. That being said, it seemed to be okay. Hopefully it stays that way. I missed Your Lie in April. You didn't watch it, you should watch it. It's sad as fuck. It's also really fun when it's not sad as fuck. Anyway, point is, like, I can't even say that about this show. There's nothing fun about fucking Madoka. Like, at all. Like, even a little bit. Like, it's beautiful, and I love it, and it's great, and I've really grown to enjoy it a lot more. Like, I haven't really talked about it in videos, and I don't know how much it shows off. I never disliked the show, but I've really, really grown to appreciate it as time has gone on, especially... I'm trying to think when I would say that it really kind of started to turn around. Honestly, I think it's the episode. I think it was the episode with Sayaka and Kyoko in the church. So it would have been episode 7, I guess. I feel like pretty much ever since then. And again, the first wasn't bad. The first half wasn't bad at all. But I don't know. It's really continued to grow on me as time has gone on. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because, again, there's less people for me to love who are gonna die. I know it's asking for a lot, but please leave Homura and Madoka, okay, in the end of this. I don't trust you in the slightest. Murder the fuck out of Kyubey. I'm fine with that. Put this motherfucker in a trash compactor. It's okay. I will cheer. But, yeah. Anyway, point is, I've really grown on it. But yeah, no, it is not a fucking fun show at all. None of it. Fun is the wrong word in every way, shape, and form to describe it. Oh, fuck me. Anyway. Do I have anything else I really want to kind of talk about before we go? There is actually one other thing I'll talk about. Because like I mentioned, I think it was in episode 7. Right? Because that was where we revealed... Because I recorded those very quick back-to-back. So they actually came out pretty quickly. And I basically did the same thing with 9 as well. Anyway, yeah. What the fuck am I trying to say? Yes, in the comments, multiple people also went on to discuss. So do we remember forever ago when I was talking about Mommy? I was talking about Mommy and how obviously I didn't know what the situation was. Would she come back? Would there be more movie stuff out? Who the fuck knows? And at one point I said, and I've said it multiple times, I've seen a metric dick load of Madoka Magica fan art. Like, there's a lot of it. people like this show. But anyway, anyway, I talked about that, and I very explicitly talked about one thing that's always been weird to me that I didn't know how to deal with, was there is a fuck ton of art of Mommy with another girl, whose name I did not drop because I didn't want to think about it too much. And then I start reading the comments of episode 7, and multiple people go on to talk about Charlotte. To talk about Nagisa Momoe, I think is the name. Yeah, I knew it's Nagisa, but it always... So that's the girl I've always been talking about, who's constantly in fucking Mommy fan. Like, she's in so much of it, and I was like, that's weird, right? Because, like, I've always... it's always been interesting because people just draw fan art of them all fucking interacting, and I'm like, that's not... Fucking Mommy was dead before Kyoko even showed up, so that doesn't make any goddamn sense. So, like, I've always never put too much stock in certain things. But that's always been something that was really interesting to me, is... Because I had seen her, and I knew what her name was, because fucking image sites will tell you fucking characters in the picture and shit. And I always took notice of her name, because like, oh, Mommy Tomoe, Nagisa Momoe, it's kind of similar names, haha. It's funny you put those two together. So yeah, then I go start reading the comments and start learning about that Charlotte. And it gets talked about, I guess, in like in a side story manga or in audio CDs or something. Like it's all extra supplemental information. It's not anything from the show, and that blew my fucking mind out of the back of my skull. Like I'm like, I guess this must be like a movie thing. Maybe this is from Rebellion. What the fuck is any of that? I'm so confused. And and. No, it's all side material shit. And again, they went on to talk about all the different, like, at least there was a bit more discussion. But anyway, that just broke my fucking brain because I was not prepared for that information. I haven't talked to anyone in the comments about it because I was like, I'm just going to talk about it in the fucking video. But yeah, no, I was not ready for that. I was like, how did you, bud, don't spoil me. Oh, it's side material. What the what? It was broke my whole brain. I was not prepared for that. I had no idea that was where she had come from. That answers a question I've had since the beginning of the fucking show. Anyway, so yeah, to anyone who was ever wondering what random girl I was talking about that was constantly in all the Mommy fan art, that I was like, these two haven't met yet. That's weird. That's weird. Turns out they did. They met hard. Anyway. I hate this show. And that's a good place, I think, to potentially start it, huh? Fucking A. Where we left off was Kyubey was a fucking douchebag. So Kyubey was Kyubey. I'm just glad that we're all on the same page that he's the fucking worst. Like, he's really, really well done. Like, he's a great fucking character. But he is the worst. Like, he is up there with some of my most hated people. Like, I just got done watching more Steins Gate. If you've seen Steins Gate, there is definitely a character in there that I consider on, like, my top most hateable fucking people in the world. Like, but at least Kyubey is tolerable in, like, I respect him as a person. I respect him as a character. Nakabachi can just go fuck himself. Like, it's a thing. Point is, I want to hit him. Anyway, we left off with Kyubey basically revealing that he was totally just lying by omission for fucking Kyoko so that she would kill herself. So that Homura would be on her own with fighting while Perk is knocked. So Madoka has to do it. which obviously Homura does not want, because that's literally the whole reason she definitely went back in time to fucking stop it, because those two have a relationship with their friend or sweet tender lovin's. I don't know. Generally, you can be, I mean, as far as I know, you can be both. I think generally speaking, you want to be friends if you're also going to be that. Anyway, I suspect that is going to be very relevant towards the end here, because I do know what the next like few episodes are called, and the last episode, I think, if I remember, is called like My Best Friend or something like that. Like I suspect there's gonna be a lot of those two's situation in their relationship and how that's gonna go. Did we deal with Octavia or whatever the fuck her shit was? Sayaka's witch? Did Kyoko deal with that? I think we did, right? That got done? That got did? Maybe? I hope? Shit. I don't know. Point is, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this because we have to see how that's all going to go. Because Homura has to, again, like, it's such a manipulative, gross dick move he pulled there at the end. And, like, he was so not give a fuck about it. Like, it was completely callous and just like, oh, you know, totally. I said what I said so that she would go and do that. So that you have to let me make Madoka do this. Like, it's such a... Like, that's such a fucking gross action, an idea. Like, that's... Regardless of whether you consider Kyubey, like, legitimately evil, he is awful. And I assume the rest of his species isn't much better. It's fucking not great. Also, one thing I was curious about, this 22-minute intro. Whoo! It's not the longest one we've had. But it's about to overtake the Suzuho one. Anyway. Fucking, the thing I wanted to inquire about was, did we ever establish how Kyubey's people does the magical girl contract? Like, how that works? Because, like, we established that they just kind of realized that they found that magical girls were a thing, that witches were a thing, and they're like, oh, this crazy magic shit out here? Cool. Let's use it to power the universe. So how did they figure out how to do that? Because, again, I'm still not 100% on board with understanding if we should consider Kyubey like an alien, like just appear on, like, take me to your leader, alien, or goddamn Martians, fucking cat bunny Martian freaks. And anyway, point is, if I should necessarily consider him like that, or if I should consider him more like an interdimensional fucking angel demon sort of thing. Because both, I feel like, kind of work when you view how they're viewing humanity. But I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not... How do you have the magical contract shit? Did you read a book? Is that how you do it? Or are you just imbued with these powers? You just find the shit on Craigslist? Like, well, how did you figure this out? I don't know. I'm curious, because I don't... Unless it has been stated and I'm just fucking stupid, which is possible. Obviously, if it hasn't been stated, but it does, don't tell me. But yeah, how'd you figure that shit out, you weirdos? Are you guys magic too? I guess that's the biggest question. Are they just straight up science alien style shit, or are they magic? I feel like they have to be magic for the fucking contract. I don't know. Show's fucking weird. Anyway, it's magic, man. You could tell me anything and I'd be like, sure. Because it's magic. It doesn't have fucking rules. Anyway, boy, they have a specific word for a magic that has rules, actually, but that's not the point. Let me have it. Let's watch the fucking episode. I think we beat the Suzuho one. again, didn't beat the other one. I think, trying to remember what the jokey one was a 5-minute long intro. But the non-jokey Michiru one, I think, was like 30 some minutes. I think I have it written. Isn't it my fucking name? Or did I change it to Time Wizard? I don't remember. Point is, it was a thing at one point. We'll talk about it another time. It's not fucking relevant. Anyway, last episode was a big thing. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and watch this. It is episode 10. Again, I'm not really going to focus on the lyrics at the beginning, but I will try to remember to go back at the end to read the lyrics for this. Again, your boy over here just has done like 10 hours worth of RWBY fucking soundtrack reactions. This is my jam. I'm into it. Let's do it. That being said, if I'm an emotionally destroyed wreck at the end of this, if the episode just ends with me crying, then you know that I'll talk about it later. I'll do a 100-minute episode fucking intro. Anyway, point is, we're going to go ahead and do this. Sorry for the long intro, guys. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for listening to me talk, I guess. That's another big thing, because for some reason, people like that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here with episode number 10. I can't rely on people anymore, or something like that. I can't remember what the fucking title is, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Something about not trusting or relying on people and shit, and it's depressing. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here. In 3, 2, 1, go. I'm afeared. Oh, sweet bean. The red glasses. I've seen those red glasses forever, and she hasn't had those in the show yet, and I've been waiting for it. I don't think she's had him in the show, and I'm just stupid. Oh, this is gonna be original timeline shit or something. Oh, Sayaka. Oh, this is gonna fucking ruin me. You two are should and good. Hi, squad. Am I tripping balls? These are two Sayakas. Magic. Anyway. Oh, you sweet, adorable bean. No, best friends, maybe more. Sweet, tender lovin's. I've established long before that I ship the fuck out of these two before I ever watch the goddamn show. Oh. Hey man, that's fine. Oh. Unless they don't even have the OP in this, which would actually maybe be a thing. Sneaky boys and ladies. There's probably ladies who worked on this. Oh, baby girl. Oh, so, oh my god, sweetie. I want to give her a fucking hug. Hey, man. She's okay. This little motherfucker gonna show up. I'd throw his ass off a bridge. No. Oh, I am gonna totally fucking fall in love with you. Oh, no. No. Oh, witchness. Oh, no. I didn't get to read that, but I know it's some wild shit. Don't fuck me up. You gonna fuck me up, aren't you? Unexpected. Baby girl and unexpected. Go fuck yourself. Madoka has a bow? Well, that's cool. Mommy's gonna make me fucking cry, man. So I didn't expect that. I expected Mommy to show up. I did not expect that. So Madoka introduced her to the... So then she went before even then. Again, I'm assuming because Madoka dies through Walpurgis Nacht or something, and because they're super best friends or more. I have to admit, I'm so happy to see Mommy again. Who is this hoe-ass witch? She was around for 3.5 seconds. She still has her fucking head. Oh, sweetie. So she's done this more than once. Because that is... baby girl. Jesus Christ. Again, like, time dilation's one hell of a fucking power. Say how to make bombs? Just threw a whole ass bomb in her vagina. God damn. Was not a sentence I ever thought I would say. I really wish there was a whole show just of not of this. He's very big on the ends justify the means. You doing Shaft? God damn. God, the magical shield pocket. God damn, girl. Jesus Christ. You are literally the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Makes sense why you guys wanted me to see the lyrics. Fuck. I am really sorry that I couldn't talk through almost any of that. That was a lot. And I definitely understand why that's everyone's favorite. Because it's definitely mine too. Obviously, I still have the last two to go, but I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I literally just don't know what to say. I Definitely see why we like Homura. God, this show is just so fucking unfair. Like, it's beautiful, and it's... and how it, you know, shows these characters standing against all of that awful. Especially, like, again, I talked about Kyoko before. Obviously, that was very prevalent there at the end. And in her beginning, and in Sayaka's beginning, and apparently all throughout who Madoka has been. Again, caring and trying to do the right thing at all costs, and to fight that good fight against that terrible evil, even through all of Kyubei's fucking bullshit. I can definitely say without a shadow of a doubt, Kyubei is, again, he is really, really well done, so he's my favorite, but also he is the fucking worst, like, villain antagonistic character. Like, again, he's trying to do something he perceives that's right. And again, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to want to try and save the universe. That's a pretty good goal, honestly. But he just him and his people go about in such an unbelievably callous, shitty way. It's like, yeah, save the universe, fuck anything and everyone in it, but yeah, protect the universe. It's gross, like, how manipulative he is. Like, there at the end with Madoka turning into Gretchen, or whatever the fuck its name was, the last big witch, the biggest bitch witch of them all, I guess. And like, yeah, no, it's all you guys. You got this. Don't worry about it. We got as much energy as we need. We're sold. We're gonna go fuck with someone else. Go kick it on the beach for a bit, and we'll come back. Don't worry. It's all good. Like, he... legitimately the worst villain I've ever seen, at least in anime. And I'll put you up against Adam. I'll put you up against whoever the fuck. Like, it just awful, horrendous fucking person. Like, I didn't cry through a lot of it. It caught me right at the end when the OP started playing. That when that kicked in after her standing firm in her mission, her deciding, yep, doesn't matter what the fuck it takes, I'm going to fix this. Again, the fact that I again obviously talked about Steins Gate a lot, and have talked about how it's a show about time. Again, if you haven't seen it, and you like Madoka, apparently it's a fucking great goddamn choice to go along with it. Because obviously there's some similarity there. A fucking lot. The image that spoiled me on the time thing. Again, I'm just so fucking glad I got it beforehand, but still... putting her and Okabe in the same image is the most like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I see why one might put those two together. Marty McFly can fuck off in comparison to those two. Jesus. Because obviously we'd established that she'd gone back. Like, that had clearly been a thing. That had been obvious, and I'd managed to figure that out, and then, of course, the spoiler and ironing that out a bit. But I wasn't necessarily aware that she was going to be caught in a loop like that. that she had clearly done it a lot more than just once. Again, seeing her change and grow. At first, for a second, because it has that first scene where they save her, and then boom, it immediately cuts to Walpurgis knocked. Which, by the way, I didn't really pick up on this before, apparently, because we didn't see the aftermath. We saw what was happening in, like, the labyrinth as it was happening. She fucked everything up, apparently. Like, apparently this Gretchen bitch is worse, but... like, the city's gone. Like, holy shit. Like, that amazes me. Like, was there even, like, a labyrinthy sort of thing? Or was that just straight up, oh, hey, I'm in the real world now, fuck all y'all. Like, that's the least of my fucking concern here, but... shit. Yeah, like when it first cut, where the fuck am I? I'm gonna need you guys to hold it for a sec. I'm gonna restart the video so that we can continue on here. Okay, I'll be right back. Should have got some water before I did that, but anyway, okay, I'm back. Yeah. Back where I left off. Like it's like I'm in a weird state of mind right now because I feel like I want to cry, like everything in me wants to kind of scream a little, but I don't have that. Again, it's kind of getting some earlier vibes with like mommy and shit, which we'll have to talk about here too. Hopefully the video doesn't get weird and desyncy because of this, because after a while it starts to do that. So if it does, I'm sorry. Obviously, at this point, it's going to be basically all audio, so you can stop looking at my ugly fucking face. But yeah, no, when it cut immediately to the end there with Walpurgis knocked, I was originally for a second like, oh fuck, are we done? Are we done with the flashback right away? That I was. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I got to learn that Homura was very clearly a different person when she first showed up, compared to what we know of her as now. But then, of course, it was just, oh yeah, no, we're gonna do this for a minute. So yeah, Homura. I definitely get why we are Homura fans here, and why a lot of people consider her their favorite. Yeah, me too. Sure, Matt's gonna get a kick of that when I'm like, oh, you know, so you've been bitching and constantly, like every fucking time you would like jump in, like, how do you feel about Homura now? What's up with Homura? Yes, I'm bitching. Everything he says sounds like he's bitching, but that's not the point. Anyway, so I stand by it, but it was a little rude on my part. When it's like, constantly jumping, like, what's your opinion on Homura? How about now? What do you think? Wait till episode 10, motherfucker. God damn it. Anyway, yeah, I get it. I feel that. Again, I am, and I don't think it's an exclusively a me thing by any means, but I obviously have an interest in people who are very, very driven, you know, like characters in women and best girls and shit like that. And very, very loving of those who are very driven or talented or constantly who are willing to kind of push through everything. It's why I love Okabe so much. Again, to constantly bring it back to that, I'm sorry. If you haven't seen that show, please do it, because I'm sorry if I end up spoiling anything, because it's fucking phenomenal. And again, apparently it's a great fucking show to pair up with a goddamn Madoka. And I like, I see a lot of what I see in him in her, obviously. And I like that a lot. I hate the position that she's in, but I respect beyond comparison her constant willingness to fight through it and to take care of this person she very clearly really fucking cares about. Her best friend, the person she's been trying to save for a fucking minute now. Like, going through hell and back. Like, it's hell and back dealing with it once. Like, the entire shows has been dealing with it once, and it's been horrible and awful and depressing and unfair and terrible and awful, and having to go through that, like, at least 4 or 5 fucking times. Like, it's awful. And it's horrible because, like, I want nothing more than there to be a happy ending for that. For Homura. And obviously for Madoka too. And that's kind of a given considering the situation. But, like I can't fathom there being one. Or at least not being one that isn't in the same vein as Kyoko. And, like, going out but having some peace. Like, I can't imagine it being that way. Like, even then, they kind of tried to do that there at the end with their... with when both of them had been kind of taken out. And then Madoka was like, nope, JK, fuck you. Live on and stop this. I did not anticipate Madoka showing up as a magical girl like that. I did not anticipate her being the thing that... Like, obviously she was the reason Homura went back, but I was not anticipating she was the reason Homura was there, period. It was cool to finally see Madoka in her getup. I didn't realize she used a bow. That's pretty cool. Bows are cool. Shoutouts, pink-haired Legolas. I'm sorry, this is just a really, really hard one for me to talk to, but I would feel immensely wrong to not talk about it more. Yeah, I was not anticipating that, and getting to see Madoka as she's been through all these other, you know, when she's been a magical girl and how she acts, and yeah, she seems exactly like what I would expect Madoka to be if she was a magical girl. A fucking cheery, fighty friend trying to do the right thing and be a fucking... And not be necessarily the chivalrous knight like Sayaka, but just be a generally good fucking person. And watching her fucking crumble in this. Like, it's been bad enough watching her crumble in the timeline that we're in right now, but the fucking scene after Sayaka apparently got lost as witch in that one, that's fucking rough. Like, that is such a horrific fucking situation. Like, I'm not... Maybe there's some bias here. Like, Mommy fucking immediately taking out Kyoko was really fucked up. Like, it really was. But she was so unrelentingly horrified, too. Like, it was such a fucking awful situation. Like, she was so unbelievably fucking terrified of the fact that, yeah, they turn into witches when they're dead. So she just immediately was like, nope, we're not fucking doing this. Gone. Take everyone the fuck out. Which is not good. Like, I'm not saying it was a good thing. I didn't want to watch fucking Kyoko die again. But, like, I totally understand why she just completely lost her fucking mind there, because that's a horrifying thought. Like, again, that's their whole thing, is, like, Mommy was, again, kind of like Madoka and Sayaka in that way. Like, again, they all kind of have that want to do good, want to stop witches, want to protect people and save the day and shit. And seeing that would be fucking horrific. Some people might be able to be angry and use that to drive them as like Kyoko. And some people would probably fucking implode like Mommy did. And it's awful. And the fact that I had to watch not only Mommy kill fucking Kyoko, but watch Madoka kill Mommy again. Awful. Fuck you people who made this show. You're the worst. You're great at what you do. I would love to shake your hand in a time period where we can shake people's hands again. But fuck. Again, I will say this. I appreciate how the show has always handled deaths in here. Like, again, the most grotesque one was by far Mommy. I don't know what's going to happen later on here. We still have 2 episodes left. I don't trust the show. But yeah, the most grotesque deaths have been Mommy, which was still done tastefully for what it was, and just blowing Kyubey to pieces. And I think they did that on purpose because they know we wanted, because we all want that motherfucker to get shredded. You know, let's be fair to the girls as much as we can while we're being unfair to them. That being said, blow this motherfucker away. I want bits of this little bastard on the ceiling. Yeah, it's just so. I want to watch this episode again like 5 times. Like I do. Like I don't because it's awful, but I do because it's really fucking good. Like it is. I 100% get why people say it's their favorite. I get why people were like, you know, like kind of how people were talking about ReZero episode 15? Yeah. Remember how we were all talking about Frank's episode 13? Yeah. And I'm like, oh. Yes. I get what you mean. And I would probably put this over episode 15 of fucking reason. I would almost definitely do it because I like 18 more than I like 15. Fucking, did you judge me, my biases? 13 of Frank's, though. Frank's holds a special place in my heart. I don't know about that. We'll have to fight. We're gonna watch both of them another 77 times. I just gotta watch Frank's again. Fucking A. Defense mechanisms. That's what all this talking is. All this random shit that isn't about the show. It's me trying to escape. It is very possible I'm going to rewatch this again. Like, right after I'm finished. Like, while stuff's rendering and exporting. Because I'll try and get this up as soon as I can. Yeah, man, it was just fucking harsh. It really, really was. Like, again, before it got awful right as I was saying it, getting to see everyone together and interacting and being friends and being teammates and working together and kicking witch ass was great. Can I please have a show that's just that? Take the fucked up out of it. Get rid of Kyubey's bitch ass. And yeah, like, I would 100% be down for that. They're really and don't have Mommy I say accidentally, very intentionally blow Kyoko the fuck away. Like, get rid of the they turn into witches thing. And Kyubey's awful self. I'd watch the fuck out of that. Yeah. That'd be great. Do you see when they were fighting on the fucking clotheslines and shit? Also, I will say this. Again, I'm not super big on fights, generally speaking. Like, they're cool and they're great, and I will always applaud them when they're done well, and in general, like, if people are into that, that's fine. But fights have never been my favorite thing. Like, even Ruby, which is my favorite show of all time, period, end of story, is a very fighty show, but that is easily the part I give a shit the least about. Even though there's fights in there I really, really like, but that's not the goddamn point. Leave me alone. Still, everything else is just higher on it for me. Anyway, point is, like, even in that, like, it's not my thing. when it comes to fights, I will more generally speaking applaud it for what it is. Like, and obviously there'll be the tension in the moment, but I'm not like, oh, that's the most badass thing I've ever seen. Like, that's just not really it's not who I am. I'm a pacifist. I guess that bleeds over into fucking what I watch too. Also, I'm a bitch. I don't know if I ever established that, but like, yeah, so that's never been really my thing, but these crazy motherfuckers, Shaft. I just obviously the like choreography and putting together is really great, but just I can't express enough how much I respect their fucking creative energy. Like, it's really dope. It really is. Like, they, like, again, the fact that, like, just taking a look at that fight, like, not even talking about like Octavia and fucking whatever the fuck the other one's names is. Charlotte didn't have, I guess Charlotte did. Mommy fucked that thing up until she really didn't. I just realized, oh, that hurts me so bad. I just realized that. I'll get to it in a quarter of a second, but I'm about to be real sad about Mommy because of Madoka. Anyway, I just remembered what she was talking about when she died. And the fact that Madoka just wasn't there that time. Anyway, my point is, it was really, really well done, and it was super fucking cool, and it's interesting and really unique. And as someone who, again, I'm a writer, like, I'm going off on fucking Steins Gate because I kept calling shit like a fucking genius, boy. I'm a time wizard, I tell you. I am Homura, Cammy. Let's do this. I should do a Homura cosplay. I could pull it off. I got the hair for it. I could do this. Not the braids, though. Couldn't rock it. I do want to get some kind of thicker frame glasses, though, when I eventually replace my glasses, because I cannot fucking see anything. I can't read my media player fully. Like, that's fucked up, and it's right here. It is that far away. It's literally to the edge of the screen for me. Anyway, point is, it's really, really well done and cool and unique. As someone who writes and who creates things like that, one of the things is, like, I don't love fights on my own. And again, it's like horror. I don't like horror on my own. I can't. I hate watching it. Gore is the fucking worst. I cannot handle it. But I can write the fuck out of it. And I've never understood why that's a thing for me. Like, it's so weird. But then again, fights is kind of the thing too. I can't... But I've always, whenever I handled fighting or creating extra unique, weird versions of stuff, like, very occasionally I will have something like, that's really fucking cool. You don't see that sort of thing. That's awesome. But it's so rare. Like, that's so hard, at least so very hard for me to do. So when I see other people doing it, do really creative shit, like, again, with witches, and magic is the biggest thing. Like, because, you know, I think I can do kind of cool stuff when I'm putting together people hitting each other with a stick. But there's only so much you can ever do with that. When it's like magic, you can do weird shit. Like fighting a giant weird lady thing with 6 appendages, arms, spidered clothesline panty woman. What the fuck was that? I had a name, I wasn't paying attention. Point is, like, that shit is really cool and interesting. And sure, Shaft is just a fucking trip to watch anyway. And it's cool. It's too much for me most of the time. It's too much of me when it's in fucking Monogatari. And that shit is tame in comparison. But, you know, like, my point being, I can really, really, really appreciate it when people can do that, because it's something that's really hard for me to do, though it's something I want to always strive to do more of, because stuff that I write has kind of crazy weird shit like that in it, or has at least room for people to do that if I could figure out ways to make that cool and interesting. So when I see it, I definitely want to point out that I think it's really cool. Again, I'm not insanely big on fights, but I think that is extremely cool. It's a very interesting idea. That's where I wanted to go with that. And again, that's not the only fight, but that might be my favorite fight out of it, excluding any like emotional stuff, because there's the mommy thing towards the end there, and Kyoko's sacrifice, and the much more personal, emotional connection in the Octavia fight. But purely just based on weird, crazy, cool fight shit, that was my favorite. The fucking weird clothesline, throw the pipe bomb in the... It was weird. Again, that's never a sentence I thought I'd ever say. But tell me I wasn't accurate. Anyway, let's go back to the mommy thing that just depressed the fuck out of me. So remember when she died and her whole thing was this big speech about how she finally had a friend and someone to hang out with, and she finally had someone she could kind of... a partner and a teammate and all that, and... This is the one timeline where she didn't have that because Homura took it away from her. And then she died because of it. That's extraordinarily depressing. Like, she died other times as well. Obviously. We saw that. She either, like, died during the fight with Walpurgisnacht, or she died losing her fucking shit over the Sayaka thing. Or probably other ways she died, too. Thank you again for not making them graphic. They were awful because even, you know, you don't need blood to have someone just going out like that being incredibly fucking traumatizing, especially because it feels a little bit more real, because that's how a lot of people go, is it's just kind of over. Obviously, generally people don't just go and they're gone, but you know what I'm trying to say. Brain aneurysms are fairly limited, but that's not the point. Yeah, that just it just depressed so much out of me. It depressed the fuck out of me when I realized that. Also, I have to go back and rewatch this episode in sub now eventually, because it means Kaori's back, and she got to talk a little bit. It was really, really good to see Mommy, even though a lot of the Mommy shit was kind of horrible. Damn it. And again, it wasn't a great scene. Knowing Sayaka went again, and again, that scene at the train station or whatever the fuck that was, whatever that place was, that was rough. That was one of the roughest scenes in the fucking series. It's just so harsh. This was an episode. It was a big one. Again, I 100% understand why people are so excited for me to get to it. I hope you guys enjoyed and it did something for you. Again, I'm so sorry I didn't talk through almost any of it. But again, I was fucking in, obviously. And I didn't even really cry much. It wasn't until the fucking OP hit and it was Homura in her convictions that really kind of did it. I would be curious to know if there was more times than just what they showed. I would kind of believe it, honestly. I would believe it, especially with Homura's dedication and the like. Though it did seem like her highest level of conviction, her full on, like, it doesn't fucking matter what at this point, I'm goddamn doing it, was that last one, was the one that we've seen. But I'm going to make it a personal entry in my head that all the fun, kind of adorable, cute shit that we get to see, not the weird giant freak monster part that's in the OP, you know what I'm saying. I like to think that all those little bits with them together are other little timelines where they had some fun together before it all went to hell. God, knowing about Homura hurts. I'm really curious to see how we go with this in the end. And by curious, I mean I'm not excited to see it. Because I'm honestly trying to think of a positive way for it to end. And that's already a mistake because it's Madoka. So I don't know what the fuck I'm expecting. I guess my biggest question is, does Homura somehow find a way to overcome the situation and truly keep Madoka from ever being a magical girl? Does she find a way to stop Walpurgis Noctua? Does she find a way to truly keep Kyubey the fuck off of Madoka? You weird, creepy little motherfucker. I hate him. So much. Anyway, does she manage to find a way to do that? Does it not work out in the end? And no matter what she does, is she always going to end up with it ending that way? Perhaps does the loop continue for fucking forever? Or does Madoka somehow find a way to overcome it? Because again, there's literally only one last thing about Madoka, the show, that I know, I assume, could be some random side bullshit, or could 100%, honestly, almost guarantee it's from Rebellion. But I've talked about it before, and I was like, there's another Madoka thing I know about. And by know about it, I mean I've seen visually, and I have seen the name. It's Ultimate Madoka. So that makes me question things. Again, I don't have any fucking context, so I don't goddamn know what that is. But potentially that somehow comes into play. Visually, I like it. It's vibrant. Is that the word I'm looking for? Bright? I don't fucking know. Point is, I know that is a thing. And again, I've talked about it a little bit, but I haven't really explicitly stated what it was. I've been spoiling so much of this fucking show. Anyway, again, as it has been discussed in the comments, and I would like to explain this too, is like, while me being constantly spoiled on shit really bummed me the fuck out, obviously, it has not ruined the experience for me at all. Like, it obviously took away shock factor to an extent. Like, obviously, in just looking at the mommy thing, obviously in that moment it didn't do anything to me. Then obviously, clearly, it affected the fuck out of me afterwards. And again, I knew about Kyoko. I knew that was going to happen eventually. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know that I was going to fucking adore her by then. I didn't know that it was going to be as emotionally impactful for me. I didn't know what the circumstances were. I didn't know it was going to involve Sayaka and the witch and all that shit. But I knew that much. The fucking Homer being a goddamn time wizard. Like, that sucks. Again, I'm so glad I said it and I got that out there. And people, there was someone in the comments last time was like, dude, when you fucking called that shit, that was wild. I was like, yeah, it was. I'm so glad I called it when I did. Anyway, like, it sucks. It really is annoying. And again, when the circumstances, when it comes out of such dumb fucking things too, it's the worst. Like, I fucking hate it. Like, again, the fucking Marty McFly of all things fucked me on the Homura thing. And again, that one random picture that just happened to be in some random, just the random background of someone's music that was on there. And not even just that being that did it, because that's just a picture of Kyoko just chilling, looking like a fucking badass. But it being the fucking comment section of that talking about a character I didn't even know. They're like, blah, 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 I'm so sad she died, well, rest in peace, da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, apparently this character died and some... Oh, it's Madoka Magica. Oh, fuck. It's annoying. It's stupid. But, while I hate it, while it's annoying, it's why it's stupid, it didn't ruin it for me. It didn't take away Homura's struggle, her conviction, her drive, her passion, her care for her best friend. It didn't take that away from it. It didn't take away how cool it was to see she had time manipulation powers and shit, and like see it actually in action. Didn't take away her blowing that motherfucker away hard. That is one of my favorite shots in the show. It's grim. But it's so satisfying. Just, I gotta listen to this motherfucker gone. And just Swiss. Anyway, point is, it's a good shot. It's actually a lot of shots. There was a lot of bullets. Yeah, it didn't take away from that. In the end, while I thought it was going to take away from the moment, and it did in the moment from Mommy, it didn't take away how utterly and completely unfair that felt in the moment. Or after, I should say. Yeah, so, like, it really did suck that it happened. Again, as far as I know, I literally cannot think of anything else. We've talked about Nagisa. I've mentioned Ultimate Madoka. Mami has happened. Kyoko has happened. Homura's glasses has happened. Like I can't think of anything else anymore. And I'm honestly trying right now, but I can't think of anything else. So it's a shame that I have to say that on the last 2 episodes. And again, the Ultimate Madoka, whatever the fuck that is, hasn't happened yet, so technically. But you know what I mean. Point is, it did really suck. But it has not ruined my experience. And this has been an unbelievable experience of a fucking show. Like, it's been really fucking harsh. And it's been really difficult. But it's an extraordinary fucking show. There's a reason y'all fucking love it. There's a reason there's 56 fucking comments on the last video right now. At least that's where there might be more now. Or not. Make me look like an asshole. Thanks, YouTube. Guess my audience doesn't care about me to add in extra comments. Bullies. Anyway, yeah, what is there right now? 54. Well, now I doubly look like an asshole. Point is, there's 54 fucking comments on the last video. How many people watched that? As of right now, it's literally one away from 300. There's 37 likes on it. It's a good show. You care about it. And we love it. And we hate it, but we love it. And, like, none of that has been lost for me. And I just want to acknowledge that, because I know that there obviously would be people who would be concerned about that. And there's a lot of people have been very much of that same mind as like, hey, like, even if you got spoiled the fuck, the execution is where it is all at. And I would 100% agree. The context and the execution, how it's been handled, has really been what's made the show what it is. You know, the characters and how they've had to deal with things and how it's actually played out. Not just what is played out, but how it's done. I would 100% agree on that. I don't know why I'm talking about the show like it's literally the last episode. We still have 2 more left. This fucking hour and a half long video. Yeah, I wanted to put that out there because yeah. Because it's been as relevant as it is, especially in an episode like this, which was entirely about Homura and obviously her thing. So yeah, We still really need to see probably how Madoka's holding up after losing Sayaka and Kyoko as well. Probably those two talking and dealing with things, and how much I'm curious Homura is going to be sharing with Madoka. And obviously how it's all going to wrap up in the end. I would have to imagine, at least, that no matter what happens, it doesn't end with the world basically being just completely fucked by Gretchen. I would have to imagine. But that also doesn't inspire an abundance of confidence in me. Because I'm worried about both of them, because yeah. I don't see a way out, I guess is the way to put it. I don't see a way out without either Homura going, without Madoka going, without them both going. You know, kind of in that way Homura put it there. You know, maybe we just become witches. Maybe we just fuck everything up. Maybe that's just how we do it. We just break everything. There's no more evil at that point because everything's fucked. Which is a way to look at it. Yeah. Again, you got to see throughout the whole show how much, obviously, Homura clearly has cared about Madoka. Like, literally from the first moment she's been on screen, she's been trying to fucking protect her. Obviously, for obvious reasons. But yeah, just watching her go through all that. And again, she was such a fucking sweetheart, man. Just a shy, adorable, sweet. Goddamn people making shows know how to hit my buttons instantaneously. It's brutal. Just want to give her a fucking hug, man. She clearly needs a goddamn hug. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I could say more. I wish I could talk about more things. I wish I could... The biggest thing I think I want to say is I want to keep going off on Homura because, yeah, 100%, I get it. But I don't know what to say. I just agree. Yes, Homura. Yes, Homura. And again, I still got 2 episodes left. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am sorry again that I didn't talk much before. Sorry that there's definitely been a lot of rambling in this here. But I at least hope I did it a little bit of justice. Like even if people hadn't told me that it was as important to them as it is, with how important the episode was to me, I've felt that I owed it time. And again, I do almost think that I want to rewatch it here, like right after this. And I might just straight up do that. I probably won't necessarily. If I get anything new from it, if I have anything to say, I'll talk about it in the next video. Which I don't know when that's going to be. It's either the next time I have to record is going to be tomorrow, or potentially that I have to record would be tomorrow. But that would be a quick jump into 11 and 12, or 11 or 12. If I did one of them, I almost feel like I'd have to do them both. But I don't know. If I have time tomorrow, I might do that. But if I don't get the chance, then I guess it'll be about a week or two, because again I am working all through next week, so there won't be any chance for me to record until the 31st, I think. Is there a 31st of August? What the fuck is this month? I don't know. There is a 31st. Okay. Never mind. The 29th is the day that I will get off because Saturday. Unless he's fucking taking more off. Don't you fucking dare. I am not working every day at that fucking place. Don't you do it. If he fucking quits, I'm so pissed. Anyway, point is, point, jobs are fun. Anyway, point is, he doesn't watch this. Anyway, so yeah, it'll be a bit of a time till I can get back to recording stuff. So, if I do get the chance, I think I will take it up, take the chance to go again tomorrow. And if so, that means I'm gonna try and get these out as consistent as I can on the way out. I know Kaguya is almost finished up on the channel as of I'm recording. I just put up episodes 10 and 11 on Patreon, I think. And there's only one more after that. We're 6 into bloom as of right now. Only one has come out, but I have 6 episodes recorded. And we're 5 episodes into Steins Gate Zero. So we've gotten a lot done. I'm so sad I haven't gotten to start on Non-Bayori. If that is the thing, if I can get my hands on Non-Bayori later today before I get a chance to record, assuming I get a chance to record later tonight, then I will probably I might do that instead, just because I would like to have that in there as well. And that means we could do 11 and 12 when we get back, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This is all speculation. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for putting up with me. I love you all dearly so much. Again, I can never express you guys enough for the amount of support that you guys have given me on this series. Like, again, it is a hard show. It really is. And having all of you guys there to get through it with me has been extraordinarily helpful and has made my experience so much better. And the fact that, like, no one has spoiled anything for me. Like, okay, so one person apparently did in one of the comments, and so much that I even hearted their comment, but I either literally don't remember it or I skimmed it. Which does inform people that I don't always read all the comments that I heart. I just kind of like get bits and pieces. I almost think I know what comment it is, because I think I caught a little bit of it and went, oh, I'll just skip the rest of that. Thanks for the comment and move on. I feel like it. But other than that, like everyone has been really, really good. So thank you. Thank you for joining me on all of this and making it so much better and giving me some camaraderie and some peace and helping me watch this enjoyable, crazy fucking show. It is also, again, I cannot stress this enough, not over yet. But I'm really making it feel like, because like I think it's because you could have told me it ended there and I would have been like, yeah. I mean, I would have liked to see more. You could have done more, clearly. What happens? But also, you could have ended it there, and I would have been like, she's fighting through. She'll fucking find a way. I don't know. Point is, I've really, really grown to enjoy this series, even though I fucking hate it, and the people who made it are actual monsters. Basically just Satan. Honestly, worse than Cube. Anyway, seriously, they're doing great. Also, I would like to point out, did when Homura rolls up on the place to get all the guns, does she break into Shaft to get guns? What was that about? What was it? Am I fucking crazy? Is there is there a girl that looks just like Sayaka in their class that I've never noticed? Or was there 2 Sayakas? Because there's one that's talking to Homura, and there's one that's standing next to Hitomi in the back. And my brain imploded because I can't remember the chick's voice who was talking to Homura, but it sounded kind of like Sarah, so I was like, oh yeah, Sayaka. And then I noticed there's the blue-haired girl sitting next to Hitomi, and I'm like, well, that would make more sense, because then she'd be chilling with Hitomi. What is happening? Am I fucking crazy? Let me phrase that. I'm fucking crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it some love. Thank you so much. share with your friends, your family, and all that stuff. And thank you for being patient with me getting through so much of this. I will let you guys know if I got... I will record a little mini thing if I get the next 2 episodes done, when I'll put that out. Just a little update being like, hey, by the way, I saw the last 2 episodes of Madoka. Fuck. This will be the last 3 because this one will have not come out then yet. But either way, if that doesn't come out, then you know I didn't. Anyway, I love you all dearly. Take care. Stay safe. I love you. It's 2020. Take care of yourselves. It's a fucking nightmare. It feels like Wolperk is not rolled up in here. I was going to make another comment. I was comparing someone to Cube, and I probably shouldn't do that. That would be rude. But it would be kind of funny. Bye, guys. I love you dearly. Take care. Love, Homura.